Lunch yesterday with my family at Mio Posto. I don't know if you guys have a Mio Posto. Well, you know where Mio Posto is, Kay, probably, but finally reopened. Yeah, just nice and cozy again. So for the replay, circle, weights for hands and for hips. And we'll start with this circle. So standing tall, we're going to just set the circle on your thigh bones. And we're just going to let the shoulders shrug forward and then pull the shoulders back. And that pulling back motion should hopefully create a nice little engagement through your mid back. Yeah. So it's not, I'm going to show you what I hope to avoid. And that is this. So do you see how my shoulders are pushing up? Instead, I want them to pull back. Let them come back. And notice how, as they come back, the elbow tucks in. So some of you will try to do this. You're going to stop doing that. And do something more like that. Yep, letting your spine lift. Starting waking up your feet. And as we're waking up the feet and the mid-back together, I want you to pay attention to what part of your foot is on the ground. So for example, I can feel that I'm touching the ground, but I can also feel that I'm not holding the ground, right? I feel like I'm on the ground, but I'm not holding the ground. And it might be vice versa for you. You might be more sitting only on the inside of that big toe and not actually engaging through the outside. That's it, good. And then once you find that full tripod on each foot, you might find that you're standing a little taller, your abs become a little flatter. Good, and if you don't, then you might be doing something like this, where your hips are doing the work, right? Instead of your shoulders doing the work. Yeah, good, good. One more breath there. Pressing in, feeling that whole tripod of your foot, feeling how that pulls up through your body. Good. And then inhale, lift that circle up. Good. Press it back. 3, 2, 1. And bring it back down. Good. Find your feet. Good. And then back up. Press it back. 3, 2, 1. And press it again. Good. And grab it and up. That's it. Push, push, push. Open up that short side of your body and then stabilize right here. Last time up, all the way up. Good. And then bring it back down. Good. Holding on to the outside of your circle, lift that circle, find your feet again, and then just squeeze. Good. Pull. Good. And squeeze. So I'm using my thumb to help pull apart and then flattening that hand. You could also pull with whole fingers, right? All your fingers, and push with all your fingers. So that would be a switch over that way too. But your arms are long here, yeah? So it's a long squeeze. Now, if I'm squeezing with my elbows out, I'm actually putting a lot of pressure here and here. So I want you to let the elbows be in at the moment, because I'm trying to get your body to wake up here. Yeah, yeah, good. And one more. Good, yeah, you see that? In, good, beautiful. And then give it that squeeze, take it up to the sky, pull it down over your head, little halo, release, press in from your ribs, and then take it back up. Bring it all the way forward. Press in with long arms. Good. Bring it all the way up. Bring it down, press in from your ribs. Good, and up. So here's me pressing in from my neck. Do you see that? Shrug. Here's me pressing in with my ribs. Looks more relaxed, yeah? All right, see what you can do. I'm watching you. That's it, yes, good. Last one up, forward, and last one up and down. Good, still got those feet. Still got those feet. Good, and then up. Good, and then bring those arms all the way down. Ooh, arm day might not have been a good idea for me. My shoulders are tired from this morning. So we're gonna take hands on the inside Find your feet. Good. And now pull yourself into rotation. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, pull yourself into rotation. Inhale, back to center. Good. Exhale. So what happens if you push through your feet as you rotate away? Right? We're not pushing the knees at the feet. We're pushing the feet through the ground like you're pushing a pedal. Better. Okay, push your left foot. Now get ready. You're going to push your right foot. Push the ground. Push it with the toe of your foot. Push it. Not your hip, not your knee, just your foot. Yeah. So I'm going to exaggerate just for the sake of the replay so you guys can practice. If I rotate and my hip is going the opposite way, can you see that? Swinging out. I need to push that foot to turn the glute on. The other foot has to answer and catch me, right? So I'm pushing and this one answers, catches me. If I'm pushing my hip at it, or my knee at it, or my back at it, you can see it has all the same effect. You want to think of pushing a pedal, pushing through the floor. Yes. Nice. That's better. Both of you. That's nice. I bet Franny, that looks good too. Good. Last one to your left. Yes, right. And look at your kneecaps lift. Fantastic. Beautiful. Let's open into parallel. We're going to do a little bit of walking in place. So if you lift your right heel, I'm your mirror, and your left toe, so side view, we're here, and then we're just going to switch. That's it. Good. Good. Then we're going to take our circle and just rotate it from side to side and give a little push. So I'm bringing it to the side of my hip, pushing in, side of my hip, pushing in. That's it. Yeah. Now see, it's to the side, pulling in. So I'm starting to activate this cross pattern. There you go. Good. There you go. Good. That's it. So all the way across. Can both of your arms go across you, Kay? Yeah, right? So now you have to work your rotation a little bit more. When we walk, there should be a natural counter rotation that happens from the rib and the hip. So letting those ribs come all the way over and drive into that back heel. That's it. Good. Good. And one more each way. Nice. Okay, good. Now we're going to take one foot slightly forward. So I'm going to start with your left foot forward. You're going to do the same thing. Front ball of foot comes up, back heel raises, and then switch. And it's going to feel far and long. Yeah, it's going to feel big. So here, here. Ooh, I can barely get that back heel up, or back ball of foot up. And then if you want to, you can add back in your rotation. Good. Yeah, so we're still doing this with our feet. They're just wider. Good. That's it. That's right. There you go, Eloise. It's harder wide. Yep. Try some going the other way now. Switch your feet. So this exercise, right? Getting that toe up in the front, heel up in the back, and then vice versa. We want to see what happens. Some of us will shift our weight to make it happen, right? We want to be able to hold ourselves at center as much as possible. When we have that front foot pushing, we want to watch if we collapse here or if we can stay centered here. You see the difference? Yeah. Good. Good. And last one. Good. Okay. And now that our feet's warmed up, we'll just take an easy, very gentle stretch for the front of the foot. And you're going to lay the toes on the floor. And And then see if you can step further back and let the top of the knuckle, the metatarsal heads on the floor. So if this was your toes, start there, and then see if you can make it up to this row of knuckles on your top of your foot. And the idea is that you're not squeezing your toes, you're actually letting the top of your foot have a nice length. And so if you pull your hip forward away from your toenails, you should get hopefully a stretch on the top of that foot. Yep, and then try the other side. And hopefully your floor is not too hard. Some of us are tender in our little feeties. So start with your toenails, see how that feels, and then step further back and let yourself be on the very front of your foot. And then imagine pulling your hip away from that foot. Yes, forward and away. Good. And you might find you need to roll to the outside and then back to the inside, and that would be okay. And hopefully that feels good. Remember, it's passive, right? So don't want you clenching your toes. Let them just have a nice little stretch. Good. All right, we're going to take our circle. We're going to put that guy down, and then we'll pick up our heavy hand weights. And remember, if you are working on increasing what you can hold, but you're not ready to go all the way up to the next level of weights you have, you can put one heavy and one lighter one, right? Work your way up toward it. And just remember to switch your hands every few reps. Okay, so we're warm through those feet. Let's have a seat in our squat. Drive through those feet. Make sure your shoulders are square. So now that they're square, keep them square as you go down for that next one. Good. And up. Good. Good. So remember we talked about your whole foot on the floor. Mine's a whole foot's on the floor, but it's not powering through the floor. So that means I want you to look for the little power leaks. Where could you add a little bit more push in the foot? Outside edge, inside edge, the heel. That's it. Good. Good. Let's do two more. And last one. Nice job. Take your left foot, your left foot, take it back behind you. Now you're in a big stance, ready for a lunge. We're going to anchor that back toe on the ground, open the other toes away from it, and then just come straight down, dig into the front heel, and stand up. So just that nice big lunge position. That's it. Good. Good. On the way up, are you digging into that front heel? Press it straight down and underneath you. Okay, when you go down, I want you to keep your torso up. So don't let it collapse here. You're going to hold your load. That's it. Good. Good. Let's do two more. And last one. Good. Easy. We're just going to pivot the other side. And here you go. Same thing. Kay's reminding me to tell you that if your hands need a break before I think of one for you, feel free to hit pause or just pause and take that hand break. That's it. Good. Are you still thinking about that front heel? Dig it down. Find that front tripod. Good, and last one. Nice, and then we'll come to center. We'll put one of those weights down. All right, so we still have one. Gonna put it in your left hand. We're gonna step out to the side, sit in your skater, and rotate. Did I say fall over? Did I say bend forward? No, we're just rotating on our axis. Good, rotate back to center, pull it up, put it back down, then come to a stand. So yep, just one row. So we come out, hinge, rotate on your axis, rotate again as you pull up, rotate on your axis, arm stays long, come to a stand unhinging. I'm going to show you side view. So I'm in a straight line, rotating on my axis, my chest isn't falling, right? Keep it up, row, rotate. That's it. So counter falling, and then all the way back up. Make sense? I want to watch you a little more. One row, back down. It's okay, lift your sternum. Eloise, that was great, right? So when you come over here, look at yourself in the side. If your chest is doing that, see that roundness? I want you to lift your sternum. Keep your head in the same place and space as you turn. Yes, good. Yes, it, Eloise. That's better, Kay. Yeah, we'll get there. I know. You'll get it. This one is one we've been working on a little bit. So, and this also, Franny too, watch this one, because if we round down and then back bend, I'll show you what that looks like. Rounding down, so now I'm stressing. This is long and stressed like a taut rope about to snap. And then back bending, now you're asking that taut rope to shorten suddenly, right? So I want to keep it straight, like a barbershop pole. Okay, let's try the other way. Yes, square up, out to the side in your skater, right? Weights on your hip, and then rotate it on your axis. Row it up. Good. Rotate it goes down. Unhinge your hip, come up to a stand. So out. Good. Rotate on your axis. Row it up. Bring it down. Find your hip. Unhinge. Good. Out. That's it. Rotate on your axis. Better on this side, Kay. Look at your beautiful length. That's elegant. Yes. Oh, yeah. Good. Yes, good. So this side, it seems like it comes more naturally, or maybe your brain's just getting it. But whatever the case, do one more and then do a couple in the other direction, because this direction rocks. Yeah, you go. Good. Good, and I think, Eloise, that's your last one. Okay, can you feel it, the difference? Yeah. Put these down. The pull in the shoulder. Yeah, so that's okay. But I love that you did so beautifully on going to that side. So when you practice, maybe start that side going to your right first. So your brain already has that sensation of deceleration. That was good. So we're going to do a little balance. You can use your weight or not. If you're using your weight, it can be heavy. We're just going to take your, your left leg back. Start tall. So I'm going to show you me not starting tall. Right? My chest is already out in front of me. My shirt is hanging down in front of me. Here's me tall. Now my glute has to be on more. Then we're going to let that leg lift and hinge forward. Trying to keep that weight close to you. Don't let it swing away. And then drive into the standing foot to come up. Which foot drives? Standing foot, Mona. Okay. So it's not you just standing on top of that leg when you're ready to come up. It's you pushing into the ground. Yeah? The standing leg can have a soft bend in it. Is that what the question was? Standing leg can have a soft bend, but it's not in a squat. Good. That's it. Good. How many is that? Is that 4? All right, let's try 2 more. Ugh. All right, other side. Simple. I'm going to just remind you to watch out for the hip pulling open. The more it pulls open, do you see how it drags my knee inward? So you want to have actually both hips square and both hips wrapped as you go. Because one hip is decelerating you from falling forward and the other one is lifting your leg. Yep. Good. That's it. Whoa. Nice, Eloise. Okay, I can't tell if this is camera angle because you're just almost on top of the camera. It looks like, I can't see if I can do it. It looks like you're going like this. See this big bend to the side? Can you straighten out that side? Is that my imagination? Wow, but I like how you pushed the envelope there, Eloise. That was good. Right? You don't know how far you can go until you try. That's it. And this will be our last one. See if you can, yeah. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to do one more on my other side because I can feel the hike. So I'm going to see if I can lengthen it out. So here I do what I saw, I think Kay was doing, was this little bend into the hip. I'm going to try to keep that longer. Whoa. And of course that changes my balance because those muscle fibers aren't used to being long because I'm used to doing a little bit of this. Yeah, good. So if you've got even amounts playing with both sides, you can put your nice heavy hand weight out of the way. And then I'm going to bring some arm circles. I'm going to bring some weights close by for arms and shoulders. And then have my magic circle in reach. We're going to be rolling down to the mat. So if you would like to use your weights for your roll down or your circle for your roll down, this is your choice. This is your moment. This is what Joseph Pilates would be calling a supervised practice moment where you get to pick your practice. That's it, good. And we'll take 4 down and then back up. Let's see if we can add a little more. I'm gonna take my weights. Good. Look at your toes. Where are they curling? What part's not actually pressing down? Once you get down, we'll walk on out. And we'll just hold that plank for a moment. And we're going to use it as a moment to stretch our toes out. So if you look under your feet, anchor your big toe down and then pivot your other toes away. Like fan them out. Right? Create a nice little fan shape. See if you can really have them be nice and wide. And then just hold that. Let them relax into that wide position. The only ones that are really holding you are first and second toe, and the base of them should be flat on the floor. Yes? Feel that sensation? Good. Now let them push you forward a little bit. You should feel your low belly turn on. Still on that first and second toe. Then it's up to you whether you want to add a push-up or not. You might feel happy just holding your plank. If you're on your toes, if you're on your knees, see if you can still get the big toe down to the ground. You might not be able to reach the other toes. That's fine. But just see if you can at least anchor that big toe and pull the other ones away from it like a fan. If you are adding in your push-ups, check that your shoulders are wide on your back. When you drop yourself down toward the ground, widen the scapula instead of letting yourself fall into them and pinching them together. Does that make sense? Okay, light. Battling the sun. Good. How we feel? Either 6 good breaths in a plank, just minding your feet and your length, 6-ish push-ups, and then we'll come down onto our backs. So feet swing underneath us, holding onto the weights right at our chest. We're going to round all the way down. Good. And then from here, press those arms up to the sky. Let your shoulders sit on your back. And then bring them back in. And again, exhale up. Abs drop down. Good. And one more. Arms stay up. Inhale, exhale into your bow, letting your arms reach just toward the top of your knees. Franny, you keep your hands a little bit higher, just where you feel the load at your abs. And then come back down. Inhale, exhale up. Good. And then inhale and exhale down. Nice and easy. Good. Good. And then let's come all the way up into that bow again. Hold that bow. Good. Now pull your arms open. Lengthen your throat. Good. Pull the arms back together, holding the bow. Good. So open, lengthen your throat. Good. That's it. So we're lengthening that throat just to make sure that the neck is not taking the load. We want the front of the arms and the pecs to take that load, and the abs, of course. Last one. Good, and then all the way back down. Head stays down, take a breath, exhale, lift both legs into tabletop. Let them wait there for a moment while you take your right arm, keeping it straight towards your ear. Bring it to center, and then your left arm, keeping it straight towards your ear. Good. Only go as far as you feel like you've got good control through your ribs, right? Keeping your abdominals imprinted up along your spine. Good. Then we're going to add the opposite leg, reaching out. And pull it back in. And reach out. That's it. Good. Imprinting the abs up your spine. Good. Good. Last one on each side. And of course, you could keep one foot on the ground if you wanted. Good. Now we're going to take same legs, but with that opening arm one at a time. So I'm going to start with my right arm opening out to the side. Left leg goes straight away from me. Exhale, pull them back to center. And right leg goes straight. Left arm opens up. All right. So either a big inhale to stabilize or a double breath set, right? So you can pick your breath, whatever gives you the most support here. But I want you to make sure that you are working in that box, right? Keeping your spine imprinted with all your powerhouse muscles. Good. That's it. Good. And this is your last one on each side. Good. And then let those feet come to the ground. Nice. Elbows come to the ground. And you're going to round your spine up into a hip bridge. It should feel good right about now. With your feet on the floor, pull your heels towards your glutes. Should stretch your quads a little bit and turn your hams on a little bit. And then round down through your spine. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, round it back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, pull the heels. Good. Big inhale and exhale, round back down. Good. And last one. Now keep your hips up. Press both arms up to the sky. Press down into your right foot. Lift your left leg. And then bring down your right elbow. So you've got, oops, did I tell you the wrong one? Yes, I did. Pardon me. You've got your left leg up and your left elbow down. Yep. You're going to lower your hips, switching your hands. Raise your hips, switching your hands again. So right hand is up, left knee is up. Good. Lower the hips, switching the hands. Raise the hips, switching the hands. Good. That's it. And that left leg just hangs out in tabletop. We're working very focused through the right glute, pulling that left arm down as the right glute lifts us up. Good. Can you still reach your heel under you at the top of that lift? This is your last one. See if you are. That's it. Good. So left foot comes down. You're in a bridge. Both arms come back up to the sky. Right knee comes up. Right elbow comes down. All right. And then we lower the hips, switching the arms. Raise. Good. And lower. Good. That's it. Okay. So now that you've got your whole body rhythm, bring some focus back into how you're doing that. So when you're up, pull that supporting heel towards you a little bit. Reach the top of your thigh away from you a little bit. That's it. Good. Good. Drive into that foot. Drive, drive. Give more drive into that supporting foot, like the heel wants to push through the earth. There you go. That's better. Good. And last two. Good. The right foot comes back down to the ground. Arms are up to the sky. Now we're going to start walking our feet away from us. A little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Seeing how long we can keep the hips up for. If I go much farther, I think my butt's going to fall down. So that's where I stop. And then bring them back in. And then round down through your spine. Good. If you want to, you can reset your arms, press them back up, and lift the hips. And then you're going to walk away, walk away, walk away, walk away. See if you can keep your hips going. So each step you take, the heels dig down, right? We're trying to keep the booty off the ground. Good. Bring it back in. Round down. You have two more like that, two more. You should feel now your hamstrings participating more. If you feel like it and want extra fun, you can take both arms over your head the farther your legs go out. Franny, I would say only go a little bit if you want to try that. Make sure your abs are in here. And then we bring them back in and round down. Good. Last one. Keep those abs on, keep those ribs in, keep pushing the heels down. That's it. Ribs, abs, heels, glutes. Good. And lats. Good. And then round down through your spine. Bring those arms down. Whew. And your weights can come down to the side of you. Actually, put your weights a little bit away from you because we're going to be rolling down in a second. I don't want you to hit your heads on them. Yep. Good. If it feels good, you can pull those knees into your chest. I think that's where Eloise already is. I know. Ah. Let your back just melt to the mat. So if you felt that a ton in your low back, that tells you something about how underacting your hams and glutes are. You might feel your hams a lot, but if the glute's not in the middle helping, it's going to default up to that low back. So what do you do about that? Come back to here. Work on driving your heel through the ground. Just making a tiny little lift, not using your back. So you could even put your hands on your ribs and seeing if the heel drive results in a hip lift. If here's me not using my heels, I'm just using my hips, looks almost the same. Here's me pressing. Look how smaller and tighter the motion is. So again, if you're not sure, you're feeling more back, low back, back up the motion just to make it smaller. Okay. That's your movement tip of the morning. Arms up to the sky. We're going to inhale and exhale, roll all the way up to sitting, scooping those abs in, grabbing that magic circle, taking it across the front of those shins and pulling in or stepping in it for rolling like a ball. So when you're ready, tuck it in tight, forehead, and then inhale back, exhale up. On the way up, I'm going to challenge you to pull tighter. Exhale, pull, pull. Inhale, pull, 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 pull. Can you? Yes, Kay, that was so cute. Kay, the way Kay's camera is that when she pulled up, I'm looking at her between her knees and her circle. That was darling. But that was a great pull. You got so close that I could see you there. That's awesome. Inhale, exhale, pull yourself closer. Pull yourself closer. Yes, both of you, fantastic. I love that peekaboo every time. That's great. Good. And last one. Nice job. Nice job. Come rocking back. Good. We're going to take legs out of the circle. Let it just hold up right above your shins. Yeah. And then you're going to extend one leg out. Good. And then just single leg stretch. The one leg stretch. So as you're going, Watch your feet. They should disappear from view here. See if your toes can be really long in your point. So, yes, that's it. Reach your toes. Good. Shh. Use the pinky edge. Use the ball of the foot edge. Good. Good. And now let's add in rotation. So to the side, press down, press up. And to the other side, press down, press up. So when you press down, the bottom hand has to resist. When you press up, the top hand has to resist, right? I'm not letting it fall. I'm pressing down, holding, pressing up, and then coming. Good. And last one each way. Good. And then back to center. Come all the way in. Nice job. We're going to take the circle, put it between our ankles. The double leg stretch. So both legs reaching up nice and high. And so look what they're up. So my left side tends to sink. I'm going to lengthen that side before I bend the knees. Alrighty, here we go. Up into our bow. Inhale, exhale, squeeze with the back of your legs as you reach out. Pull it back in. Franny, you can aim higher. Give it a squeeze there and make sure your abs drop down. If you squeeze and your legs rotate in, or you overemphasize your hip flexors, your back will not be super happy with that. So really let the back of your legs do that. And let your abs drop in. Good. Last two. Stretch those legs away. Good. And last one. Good. And then pull that in. Take your circle, put it over your right leg. Let your left leg come to the ground. And we're just going to pull the leg towards you. 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, start a leg circle across and around the outside. Pull it again. 3, 2, 1. And then circle and around. Now as you pull this time, make sure that the leg on the ground is reaching really long. That's it. And one more. Good. All right. And then let's reverse direction. We'll start with the pulse. 3, 2, 1. And then exhaling around to the outside. Inhaling across. Pulse. And then to the outside. And across. Good. Good. And then here comes your last one. Good. And then to the outside and across. Good. 2 hands on the circle. We're going to inhale, exhale, start rolling up into bow. Now keep pulling that circle like you're going to pull it over your head, which you sort of are. You're pulling it to your forehead. Good. And then bring yourself forward with control and then push the circle away. Let it come back to your foot. Round your spine up. Pull your circle to your forehead. Round your way down. Good. Here we're going to pull it out to the side for a moment, keeping your hips flat before you do the next one. So up into your bow, legs back to the sky. Good. Pull the circle towards your forehead. Good. Keep it towards your forehead as you control rounding forward. Good. Push it away. Stretch toward that leg. Bring it back over your foot. Rounding back up. Pull it towards your forehead and round all the way down. Yeah? Once you get down, you can open that leg to the side. Doesn't that feel like freezing air out there? Good. And then we'll put it on the other foot. Oops. Okay. So rounding up. Pulling your circle towards your forehead as you come up. That's right up here. Oh my gosh, yes we are, Kay. Thank you very much. Pardon me. I completely forgot the leg circles. I was so excited about this variation of climb a tree. Kay's right, leg circles. So let's pulse that toward us. 3, 2, 1, and then exhale as it goes across. Inhale as it comes around, and pulse it again. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Keep on going. Okay. There we go. And then when we hit your 4th one, then we can reverse and go the other way. Remember, as you pulse towards you, the leg on the ground has to reach away from you. Eloise, that weird pain in your toes, was that happening on both feet or just your left one? Just your left one. So you can use your circle here to sort of stretch your toes out. Like I'm on the very tips of my toes and letting the toes themselves get pulled by the circle as I move, so they're at a little bit of flexion. See if that feels helpful. Or back what we did at the beginning, maybe the being on the top of the knuckles feels more helpful. All right, did we get 4? Boy, this side is talking to me. So if you're ready to do your climb a tree, I just feel like I want to stretch one more second here. Oof. Then we're going to round up into our bow. Pull that circle towards your forehead, right? I'm actively pulling it in. And then keep your abs lifted as you hold it there. You're controlling the fall, right? Yes, good. And then push forward, stretch the shoulders, bring it back to your foot, scoop your belly in, bring that leg up to your forehead. Good. And then round yourself down away from it. Good. Then you can pull it out to the side, keeping this hip down. You can see me roll. Whoop. Gonna try to keep that guy in place. Good. And then back up into your bow. Pull it towards your forehead. Abs stay lifted as you tilt forward. Push. Find it. Scoop. Woo! That was a little fast back, wasn't it? Good. And then to the side. Good. Good. Yep. Last one. Last one up. That's it. And then all the way back down. I don't know what's going on with my obliques on this side, but you can see how I'm falling through it, right? There's something in my body is tired and not holding on. So if that's you also, if you have the energy and the time, you hit pause on the replay here and just work that moment. See if you can make it more fluid. Notice where the control was maybe not paying attention the first time. Yeah. All right. What's that? To get going, right? See where that is. All right, so from here we're gonna let ourselves now just put that circle to the side. We're rolling all the way to the side and onto our bellies for little swan. Okay, that was not very graceful. I apologize, Joseph Pilates and Romana. So kneecaps up, hands by your shoulders, legs reaching long. Inhale, begin lifting that sternum. Exhale, continue engaging, just holding there, wherever that comfortable lift without the hands is, and then gently back down. So this first part of Baby Swan is one of the fundamental pieces of movement called flight, right? Just being able to lift the sternum up. Oop, you're gonna get stuck. Oh, you got unstuck. Okay, good. That's it. Yeah, just easy peasy. Kneecaps up, right? Working on getting those kneecaps up. All right, then you can add in your hands. And I want you to notice, do you shove your way back? Like if you were on a slippery floor, would you end backwards? Or can you stay right over your hands? So elbows in, armpits pushing down. There you go. Good. Nice, Eloise. Good. That's better. Yes, Kay, that's better. I love the lift out of those shoulders. Good. And last one. Good. Good, you guys. Very nice. All right. Single leg kick. So, optional, you can do the magic circle version. I'll first show you without it, which is pressing those fists down, thighs up, and then one kicks in and goes out. And the other one kicks in and goes out. And it's not just momentum. Thighs are off the mat, and we're trying to contract the ham, and then lengthen, keeping the thighs off the ground. If you want to do your magic circle version, the pulse is a lot smaller, but the contractions might be more noticeable to you. So thighs off the ground, I've got that circle between my base of my butt and my heel, and all I'm going to do is pulse, pulse, pull the other one in. Pulse, pulse, pull the other one in. And I'm holding the pulse. So pulse, pulse, hold, contract the other leg. And you'll do that about 4 times and then switch sides. Yeah? Pulse, pulse, pull. Yeah? And then I'm going to switch. So what's the other important piece about the one leg kick? Do you remember? It has nothing to do with your legs. I saw that. I saw that. Good job. Yes, it's that lift. Oh, that's going to cramp. Oh, please don't cramp. Good. Good. That's it. Keep that length. And this is my 4th on this side, I think. Good. And then if that's you also, you can take that circle away and put your toes on the ground. Hands by your shoulders. We're going to lift into a plank. And then we're going to open up into elephant, also known as down dog or open pike, pushing the hips back, pushing your mat away the other direction. And then you're going to run gently your heels. So one heel goes down, the other one comes up. And just letting the back of your legs have a little stretch. And then from here, let's walk the hands in towards your feet, round your spine all the way up. We're going to find our weights for hands and shoulders again. All right, collarbone square. We're going to lift both arms forward, drop one, bring it back up, drop the other, bring it back up. Now open to a V shape. So my arms are not all the way out here. They're a little bit in front of me. Same thing, drop one and drop the other. Good, come back in front of you. Press through your feet so your spine stays long and your abs stay lifted. Down and down. That's it. Open, down, and down. Is this about your shoulders or is this about how you support your shoulders? From your feet to your hips to your spine. That's it, good. Here comes your last set. Feet, feet, good. And feet, and feet. Bring those arms together and down. Ooh. Now we just have to hit our triceps just a little more. So biceps all the way up to the sky, hands together, and they drop behind your head. See, they're touching. Good. Press up. So again, How do we support the arms? Feet to hip to spine, Mona. You're right. That's it. Press those feet down. Good. Push. Nice. 3 more. I love how your elbows are forward. That's so good. Good. And last one. Good. Open that up. Bring it down to your scarecrow. Let your palms face in. Bring the elbows down. Good. Unpeel one side. Good. Let your head rock. Easy to the other side. Good. Unpeel the other side. Good. And then let your head rock forward. Stop at the middle. And then press through your feet. Lift your head up. Good. Take a nice big inhale. Expand those ribs. Press through your feet. Stretch out those toes. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Big breath. Good. Nice. Just gently put those weights out of your way. Clunk, clunk. Ugh. We're going to step your right foot back. Little lunge forward, keeping that right heel down. And then when you're there, just look at your toes. Can you anchor that big toe again? Fan the other toes away from it. See if you can add in the 2 sides. And then you're just going to gently bend that knee and then stretch it back down, that heel. Easy, the knee comes under. Good. As the knee comes under, what happens to your foot? This foot on me curls out, right? So I want you to see if you can just bend, staying most of the energy on that first and second toe. Yeah? That's it. Good. Reach it down and under. Good. And last one. Good. And that comes back. Take a little deeper lunge, maybe a little extra through that Achilles, and then pull yourself back up. Staying right there, reach those arms up high, hands to the ceiling. Good. And then we'll just switch feet. So you're in that nice train tracks, right? Make sure you're straight. So this is my crush side that wants to do this. Got to work hard at getting it square. Good. And then we'll come forward. That's it. Let the Achilles have a little stretch. Good. And then bring the knee under you and back. Again, check your big toe back there, right? Is it out to the outside? Can it be in? Can it be hooked on the floor? And then can your second toe work with it nice and long? That makes sense? If it doesn't, text me and I'll be happy to explain that. Yeah, good. Push it back, good. And one more, toes are flat. Good, and then lean a little deeper into it with that heel down. I'm gonna get mine more lined up. Good, and then all the way back. Good, 2 straight arms, take those arms up. Good, big reach. Good, and then all the way down. Whew. Nice job, you guys. Thank you very much. How do you feel? Hopefully feet, ankles, low legs feel. Ah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Thank you. I will gladly do that for you. You bet. I'll just stick that right in the content library for you. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. So, okay, I see your plan for the weekend is just work out a lot. Okay, good. You're so welcome. You're so welcome.